And action. Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of the Booyah podcast. It's been a while. Took a couple weeks off here and there, but I didn't want to miss this one because this is a big one. It's the 9-year anniversary of Booyah.
9 years.
9
Holy
years.
Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we're hoping to get a bunch more people up here to just say hello to everyone. And I want to just start off by, I don't know, I feel like there's got to be a reason why we've been able to do this for 9 years.
That's longer than like most marriages, I would say. like both of my parents were married for less time than that before they got married to each other. You know what I mean? And it's like, so a love of funk music? I don't know. If more marriages cherished funk like you guys do, maybe they would last longer. I don't know.
Where's your mic, by the way?
Right.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure people can hear you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about it in the car, and I was like, what is the core reason why this has been able to go for 9 years straight? I think it comes down to a couple things. And I want to hear what you guys think about this too. So I think number one is we've cultivated a culture, a culture here at Booyah where people can come, every week and be around like-minded people. I think that it's a place where people can come and feel comfortable and feel like they have commonality and they can feel safe.
And be themselves.
And be themselves, yeah. I think that's like a big reason why people come out is just for the social aspect of it all.
I think that it didn't start taking off in that first year. We started in mid-May of 2015, and it didn't really start getting going until August. It took a while for it to really get the gears turning and to have a really steady group of people. I think the first Booyah there was only 15-20 people here.
That's pretty crazy.
And Andy Mooney always tells me he was hey Andy.
Shout out Andy Mooney.
Andy Mooney. He was one of the people there.
Kelly was talking tonight about how the bar staff was lulled into this false sense of security because of those first couple months where people hadn't figured it out yet or whatever, and that there was one night where it just all kind of changed, and Tom was like, I think we need some help, called up Kelly after not being normally being able to handle it himself or whoever else was there, and then
it was the CT Music Awards over at Infinity Hall.
That was the event that people came over after or something?
Wasn't it a dead night here?
Well, we didn't really do a dead night per se, but I remember that we had an enormous amount of guests that night because everybody was at the CT Music Awards.
Okay.
And I can say for certain that we absolutely tanked a couple songs.
That sounds right.
Do you think people noticed?
I remember. And one of them is Derek and the Dominoes. I'm forgetting the exact song, but Steve Balkin was up. We had 4 guitars on stage, and we totally beefed the song. It's one of the ones that Tedeschi Trucks does.
What, Bell Bottom Blues or?
No.
Not Layla?
Not Layla. Not Bell Bottom Blues. It's the other one.
So that was the show that in your memory that really launched Booyah into a different
100%.
gear.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because we did have that kind of trial period where we're hey, we got this idea. Let's play every Wednesday at Arch Street and call it Booyah. And I remember we didn't even have a bass player. Paulie was playing left-hand bass for the first few shows.
You used to play a lot of bass, right? To start out?
No,
or sometimes?
I definitely
for the dead nights.
For the dead nights,
yeah. But we played. There was the 4 of us because it was only $100 for the band or something like that, and so we were we can only have 4 people, and Paulie brought in a left-hand bass thing, and it quickly became everybody sitting in on stages, there was multiple people that
was all
wanted
our
to be
friends, yeah.
wanted to be a part of it. I remember that first Booyah, we must have played like a 40-minute version of "Isn't She Lovely" by Stevie
Yep.
Wonder, because
I
everybody
remember that.
came up and took choruses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
We eventually had to like that.
That's
was
one of
like,
those songs too, you know. You're like, oh my god, it's gonna be like 4-hour version of this.
Next chorus. Oh, God.
You get a chorus. You get a chorus. You get a
Everybody
chorus.
gets a chorus.
Look under your seat. There's a
But
chorus.
we didn't want it to be like a jazz jam where like
Exactly.
everyone just brings their horn and sits in.
Yeah,
and it was like starting to go that way, so we had to kind of like structure it more. I think
Yeah.
that like started to be. I want to know like
So, I remember when it felt like it was really something special for me. It was when we did the first month of Decades. Do you remember that?
That was August.
That was August, exactly.
August.
Every week we did 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s through August, and every week the audience got bigger
Yeah.
until we got to the 90s week, and the place was absolutely fucking packed.
Wow.
so yeah, because I was gonna say at first the whole theme thing was not a
It
part
wasn't
of
a thing.
what we were
Yeah,
doing.
It wasn't at all.
Yeah.
First theme that we ever did was the band with the McLovins.
Oh, wow.
Jason!
Where's Jason at?
Jason! Yeah.
I remember that.
His ears are ringing
There
somewhere.
was
He's walking upstairs right now.
Yeah, someone's walking up the stairs right now.
He just turned around.
Dude, it's a party.
It's a party.
Say what up, Monday. Yo, what up?
No, so I have an early Booyah question. So like you were talking about how like it was slowly starting to maybe threaten becoming the jazz jam thing where everybody
Yeah,
brings their
exactly.
horn.
Oh, are
Like
you talking about-
so what was it like? What was it like having to put up the? How did you go about being
Did you just
like
play simpler or like?
being like everybody? Not everybody can get on stage.
I feel like the way it was
How
done.
how was that handled? Were you guys dicks about it?
No, it just sort of like happened.
Too many notes.
Well, Bufundo just inserted himself, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in the band," and
I remember that.
and
That's
and
it sounds
it,
like.
and
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
that's how the first time
Works
it sounded
great.
to
Works
us.
great.
I'll take the rap for the first time. That one's on me.
But this one, he was like, "There's no way you guys are doing this thing without me," and he was. I think by like week 2 or week 3, it was for certain that we
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
a 4-piece anymore.
Yeah, I think we also kind of needed that too if we're gonna like not play the same song every single week.
Isn't she lovely?
Was anyone
takes
Dude,
us-
yeah.
Welcome.
was anyone singing in the 4-piece when it was just
No,
the
it
4-piece?
was,
It
we
was
were
just
kind
a
of just like
jam.
an unofficial Meters cover band.
And like Medeski Martin and Wood kind of stuff
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things. And then once the themes started, the other thing that I feel like you did was you were super clear with the social media stuff about like, this is the band for the week. And that was it. And we had no more people trying to like sit in or whatever, unless like it was a specific thing that you wanted like extra horns on or an extra
Yeah,
vocalist on.
Because
or
you'd have to
something
know
like
the
that.
repertoire, like or your
Exactly.
set.
By
Yeah.
by the
Oh,
time
yeah.
Clay and I were coming around a lot, I feel like it was like there were barely any sit-ins
Yeah.
happening. Like it was just who was like
Yeah, it
on.
was-
It was
Like I was
Eli would like come up and sing or something.
Well-
like
well,
that.
he
It
would
was
just
one
be in the band sometimes.
True,
Sure,
true.
Yeah, but
I also think there was a certain part of us that realized like we had some work to do on our own, like
Yes.
as a core group, to like really get a handle on like how to make this work every single week,
Yeah.
and like learn how to play well with each other under like very little rehearsal time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of music to learn.
And
lot
so
of music
we
to
were
learn,
like kind of
yeah.
cutting our teeth on that.
See,
and like to
I
introduce
remember-
other people was just gonna get us away from that
Exactly.
sharpening our sword.
I
there.
remember when we first started, especially like I had, you know, my repertoire that I was, you know, playing with my college bands and everything like that. And then when Booyah started, I was like under the gun. Or at least I felt like I was under the gun learning all these songs so quickly. I was writing out parts like with a pencil and paper and shit. And realizing like, wait, I don't have time for this. So actually like learning stuff by ear and internalizing it, those first few Booyahs really kind of set the course for me being able to learn music super quickly. So I credit those first few Booyahs as far as me being able to actually play this stuff and learn it very quickly.
Yeah, it was definitely like a new requirement that we didn't know we had until we
Absolutely.
put ourselves into that situation every week. And so yeah, I mean, eventually it just had to be like, we got to keep it the same group. We got to like shed together like every week and just get a hang of this thing
Yeah.
before we start getting guests and that type of thing.
Well, holy shit, though, does that get you like good at fucking music though? Like that's like I feel like I mean, it seems obvious because it's like, oh, just perform every week for like years on end, but it's just like, yeah, it's like the real thing.
Yeah.
Every single week, and it's just like the gauntlet, or I don't know, the best like music boot camp you can have.
So in that first year, like we knew that we couldn't like do a full night of new music. We tried it a couple times. A very notable one was the Beatles night, where we really
remember
tanked
that Beatles
Revolution.
Yeah,
Just like
That was bad.
really
Yeah.
terrible.
lots of tanks.
And after the Beatles one, we were like, all right, we're not going to do 2 sets of a theme for about like 6 to 8 months. We did first set was just funk night. We played the songs we knew.
Oh, yeah.
And then second set was the theme.
The theme.
And we did like Prince night and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then what happened was we were opening up for Kung Fu in Providence, and Tim Palmieri comes up to me and he's like, we need to do Van Halen night. And he like takes me by the shoulders and I'm like, oh fuck.
With the Tim intensity, just like, we need to do this.
And then he apparently was talking to Bufundo, and Bufundo was telling him about like, we should do like second set, and he's like, one set isn't a fucking tribute. It was
That was the night
100%.
I have a light-up guitar.
100%.
That was the snowball
Providence.
night. Yes.
100% Providence. It was in that little back area.
Are you sure?
Of like I think it was Fete Music Hall.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay.
I can see myself
man.
with him still. And he, like,
Bird's
I know
eye view.
exactly what he's wearing because it's like the Tim Palmer uniform
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But like I can see it, and yeah, then we did Van Halen, which was
So that
night split my mind open.
that was the first night we really had to put on our big boy pants and do like 2 sets
Remember that
of
dude gave him
tribute.
that light-up guitar to play that night?
Of course, I remember that. Yeah.
Clay and I were out to dinner with like a bunch of friends in Hartford that night, and I don't know if I knew what the theme was or not, but we were like, everybody come to Funk Night, it's a sick party. Like, we were near here.
Funk
we were still
music.
living in Willimantic. We're like, it's funk, we'll dance. We show up, and not only is the place like packed to the absolute fucking brim, but it's fucking Van Halen night. And everybody's like, this isn't funk. Like, what
All
do
the
you
girls like?
like? What,
Go
and
home.
we're like, oh,
All the
fuck it,
girls
this is
went
pretty sick to me. I don't know. I'm good with this.
That was a legendary night. You know, in terms of like memories of 9 years of Booyah, that one certainly stands out like amongst a lot.
Do you guys think you know how many how many weeks you guys haven't played? Do you guys have any idea with that? Because like it's got to be almost every single week, right? Like maybe
Well,
there's
there's
a
a
holiday or
Yeah,
something.
with the exception of
With
COVID.
the exception of COVID, yeah.
There's a few
Yeah,
weeks on the road where there was like
maybe another
Whirly Day
another
did a
Booyah.
couple-
yeah, like
Whirly Day did a
Focus
couple.
area
They're
did
doing a Michael
did one?
Jackson.
Focus
night.
area, didn't we?
oh yeah.
Alternate Booyah.
The alternate Booyah with like Eli and Mitch, and I did some of those.
Yeah,
When you
totally.
guys were on the road when I
Yep.
wasn't in the blend and everything.
Yeah, I remember that. So before you guys walked in too, I'm trying to get to the core of like, how are we able to do this for 9 years? You know, like, I think, and I said it's a combination of a few things. So I do want to circle back to like,
Sure.
like what I think those things are, and I want to hear what you guys think too, because like, it's, you know, it's just hard to like find, you know, someone doing what we're doing elsewhere right now, and so there has to be a few reasons why.
Yeah.
It's a family affair.
It comes down to the people that you're with. You know, I feel like there was the Bridgeport Bryac Funk Night that was started a little bit before Booyah, and then Booyah started, and it really was all about the folks that we were able to bring together. And since then, a lot of different, you know, markets in this area, whether it's Northampton, whether it's, you know, all these other places that are trying to start these funk nights, the issue they're having is getting the musicians and the people together. And I think when it comes down to it, that's what makes or breaks it.
Yeah, I mean, and we were touching on this. I think prior to you guys walking in is basically like I think the main reason why we're able to keep doing this is because we've cultivated, like a scene or like a culture. Like we've built a culture around Booyah, which is the culture of like inclusivity and flying your freak flag here and not being judged, feeling comfortable, and just people that like have like similar mindsets.
All the positivity, you come here, your family, that sort of thing. Exactly.
And
I think you got to give it up to Arch Street.
I was gonna say,
yes.
I was gonna say thank you, Mike, because there's another reason I think we're forgetting here is that it's very special to have a venue be this.
This is home.
Yeah, accommodating and fostering of this idea we had so long ago.
And not to get too heavy, but I mean, even when I was living in Massachusetts, going through all kinds of stuff, getting that once a month Booyah. When I wasn't playing any other gigs, like 0 other gigs, my once a month Booyah, getting to come down here still, after 5 years of living away, that was still felt like coming home. It's every single time still felt like coming home to see you guys and get to play this music.
Yeah, and it's a combination of the people and I think the venue.
And the venue.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The staff here.
I think we would be remiss in forgetting to mention maybe one significant factor that you two played a very significant role in.
Okay. Go ahead.
Opening your doors wide open after Booyah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh.
I mean, let's face it. Like,
there's no way around this one.
that was a huge factor in the early days.
The afters help, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Booyah's ended it
I would have to credit
way
that
after the bar closed.
to-
Well, that just circles back to that's when we initially built the scene and culture.
The fortification of the culture.
Right, that was the foundation on which this entire Booyah culture was
This
built.
is the place where the scene incubates, and the after parties are where it festers.
What happened in those early days was like we started. It was like kind of like we had a couple decent ones, and then the August thing came, and right around the time it was starting to like set ablaze, Mitch Morber was like, "We need to do after parties," and we didn't have like $2 or 2 nickels to rub together, but like the 4 of us, we'd have enough money to be like, "All right, who's buying 130 rack this week for the after party?"
It only takes one, just 130 rack.
And so there was 4 of us living in this apartment, and probably paying $300 each per rent. And we still could just scrape it together once a month for an extra 30 rack.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
30 rack.
What do you mean once a month? It was once a week.
Well, we'd rotate it around.
Rotate.
Oh,
One
rotate.
person.
Yeah.
would
this is your
eat.
week. Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And like every week, it would be like, "Oh, I don't know if we could do another party," and there'd always be one person like, "I already bought a 30 rack." Though.
Might as well. Might as well.
As long as one person was down.
I don't want it to go bad. Like,
I don't want it to go bad.
I don't want it to get skunked.
I think there was like a secret hiding spot for the 30s too, because like
Oh,
if
so
you
it's
if
so
you
we
just
make
put them
it?
in the fridge,
Oh,
they're
no.
gone for.
Hey!
What's up, Dad?
It's full house in here.
Is it?
All right.
Wait, what time
Say
is
bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
Bye, Billy.
Are you leaving too?
No, I was just gonna let
Okay,
Profundo sit.
Profundo, come on in.
Okay.
Actually, give us a time.
It's. Do you want to know the time?
Yeah,
It's
time.
9:42.
All right, a couple more minutes. All right, let's shift gears here. We've been doing this for 9 years. I want to hear what you guys want to see in the next 9 years for Booyah. What do you envision for Booyah within the next 9 years?
Sphere show.
But
like,
I know you Funk Night the Sphere.
oh no, but we go to like the Springfield, like the Basketball Hall of Fame. And
You
like
bring
play
Ty.
outside the Sphere. It's like a stage and like have a pop-up show.
That's really funny.
Okay.
Oh man.
No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've done a lot of stuff, and it's like hard to think about like what could we possibly do to elevate what we're doing. And I think, I don't know, I'd like to hear from some fans on this actually. So anyone watching,
Yeah, absolutely.
please like give us some suggestions below. Like, how do you see Booyah evolving in the next 9 years, and what do you want to see? Because it's Arch Street, and we're limited to the stage, we're limited to the production, but like I think we can get more creative on like the theme side of things.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, what are you guys thinking? Like,
I was like underwater or fire themes or like time themes or songs
Okay.
about space.
Elemental theme.
Yeah.
we had a good one in our group
Elemental
chat.
B, yeah.
The group
Elemental
chat
B,
was.
That's my favorite letter. Elemental.
Sequence of letters. Yeah.
We had a good one in the group chat. It was songs that will get you to rally at a bachelor party.
Songs for 30-year-old.
It gets your ass off of the bathroom floor.
Get off the couch.
Get up!
Let's do some stuff.
Yeah.
What would that show graphic look like?
I'm sure we have somebody's got a good
Yeah,
picture on their
yeah.
phone.
Back to the
I don't know,
after
someone
parties.
under a pool table or under some cushions. I don't know. I'm just picturing things in my head. I think
We're just
there's,
spitballing
I
here.
think there's photos somewhere.
Yes, purely hypothetical. But I don't know, Mike. You got any ideas? You're a good idea guy.
Oh, I've had ideas. And
Turkey dinner.
yeah.
What's that? What was
So the stage is a plate.
it? Oh my
This is
god.
the Thanksgiving theme.
One year we'll
It's
actually
the
do
Wednesday
it.
before Thanksgiving.
This is Mike's
No,
baby.
it's a Halloween costume.
So wait, you guys are a plate of
Thanksgiving
things.
It's based off of like the like if you dressed up like Santa for Halloween.
Okay.
It's ironic.
Right.
So you take Thanksgiving, but
Or something.
but like have you ever been in a parade?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Mike loves parades. My dude.
Have you ever been
He's
in
like a
parade?
celebratory guy.
Have you ever been in a Thanksgiving parade, like when you were in elementary school or like a play, like a Thanksgiving play?
Okay, yeah.
And you built your costume out of cardboard,
Papier-mâché and stuff.
and you basically I was in a parade when I was in 3rd grade, and I was a fork.
Like with your head in the.
No, I just carried a fork in. And so it's really based off of this one parade that I was in 3rd grade.
I just love hearing Mike trying to like back up this idea. Like, he's trying to.
doing this for 9 years.
He's been pitching this idea for years. For years.
It's funny because it's like, I think it would work. I think people would love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
End of podcast.
All right, Jason.
Are we done?
We're done.
We're done. Good.
We're done.
It's
Thanks
been
again
phenomenal.
for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Come out to a Booyah. Thanks for 9 awesome years. You're going to see Thanksgiving dinner Booyah at some point. Peace.